Hello, my name's Kevin. We are Dirty 20 Gaming, and now there's sound. Ah, wow. Okay. So we're here to let's do the whole damn introduction all over again. My name is Kevin. We are Dirty 20 Gaming. Tonight we are playing a game of Masks: A New Generation, and the game itself is called Heroes 101. Episode 1 tonight, Episode 2 next Saturday, Episode 3 next Sunday. And then after and I hadn't muted Twitch. Ah, boy, it's going well now. Oh, we're flying now. Anyway, I'll get out of the way anyway. This is what happens when I need to get out of the way. Hold on. I am very confused. Okay, now I've muted Twitch. You ever have one of those days you wish you could start over? I'm going to start over. Hello, my name's Kevin. This is Dirty 20 Gaming. These fine people are here to put up with my foolishness, apparently. Let's get out of me. This is Masks: A New Generation. This is Heroes 101. This is Episode 1. That's all you need to know. Let's get to these amazing people. First, we're going to start with the player of Nuance Moon. I haven't seen you in forever and 3 days and a month of Sundays and 12th than never. Lessamax, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this game. Thank you very much for joining us. When you're not here, where can we find you?
And you can also occasionally find me with Kevin and his Dirty 20 Gaming. So, so I'm here, I'm there, whenever I can be. It's good to be back, and I miss you, beautiful hippie.
Well, they can hear you now. The first like 2 sentences of that didn't go through, but oops.
As long as I got that last part in.
You did. Okay. Next, let's just move around the table here. Let's go back to this corner. Playing the Void for us this evening. Saber. We played together lots under various GMs. It's going to be fun for me to sit back on the couch and watch you guys play and put in all the effort for a night. Thank you for joining us, and tell us about your stuff, your artist person you.
Sure, yeah. Throwing my Instagram in the chat there, and we'll also throw the other channel that I play with is Merc's Mischief as well.
Yeah.
And I normally play a really silly, happy-go-lucky character that you can see on Wednesday evening, this coming Wednesday, in a class trip with Joe Cat, which is really exciting. Yeah. And tonight, in particular, I am playing a character who gives me lots of butterflies because it's my first time on stream playing a female identifying character who also has gender neutral pronouns when not in superhero form. So it's like a whole new experience for me, and I appreciate having a safe space to play this out. So thanks, folks.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for bringing that and for trusting us. I appreciate that very much. Next. Oh, speaking of trust, you keep coming back. We keep doing terrible things to your characters in these one-shots, and you keep coming back. Phoenix tonight, played for us by Farah. Thank you so much for joining us. And where can we find your social media presences?
Hi, everyone. I'm Farah. You can find me on Kevin's channel from time to time. But I like to be known as You Can Find Me Nowhere. But I like to, I know like that's more challenge for people. They just be like, oh, well, you say we can't find you, but I think we can find you. Anyway.
That's how stalking happens.
Yes, I am nowhere on the internet.
Fair enough. Absolutely. That just makes it easier to remember, and you don't have to put links in.
Yep.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Another one of our regulars here. In fact, two of these are from the same game. Tails playing Whisper for us this evening. Whereabouts and whatabouts are you doing other than this?
Yeah, I'm excited to be back playing games on this channel and coming in as Whisper, who's a complete jerk. So that's gonna be a fun thing to play. He uses he/him pronouns. which I'm just introducing as we have lots of different pronouns going on in this game. I am Tails. I also use he, him pronouns, and I have a podcast, which is currently on a break, but there are hundreds of episodes in the bank. It's called Tiny Fences, and the link is up in the chat. Thanks, Saber. Yeah, so there's lots and lots of all the Buffy the Vampire episodes, everything for Angel, Dollhouse, basically everything Joss Whedon ever created, we did, and I wrote an entire musical, which we performed live, and that's pretty fun and epic
Wow.
too. So,
That is a work of passion. There is no question about that. And that brings us to the work of passion that is tonight's game, put together by that frightened looking face in the center. The scarred adventurer, tonight being the scarred narrator, telling us this wonderful tale that I'm looking forward to very much. But before you get to that, tell us about your other stuff that you are doing.
Well, at the moment, you can find me at thestartadventure.com, a fun little website where we do creative writing and a bunch of other stuff like that, as well as it's mostly that. I am currently also working on a podcast called Mentally Misfit. The first episode has been recorded. It is currently going through the editing process, as well as I am looking for a logo, which is apparently being built. And if not, then I have a terrible one that I threw together on MS Paint. But aside from that, you can mostly find me here with Dirty 20. It's where I like to be the most.
Oh, I appreciate that very much. And with that, I will get my Dirty 20 gaming ass out of the way because I'm clearly not in performance mode this evening. Apparently, I can't even push buttons correctly. I'll see if I can correctly mute myself in a second. But it is time, absolutely time, to find out that there is, no question, a difference between having superpowers and being a superhero. With no further ado, over to you, Scart.
All right. We open on a dark and stormy night. Thunder hits This is the wrong script. We open on a fairly regular suburban area in the city of Metro Olympia, the superhero city, or the superhero capital, as some people like to call it. Each one of our player characters is getting ready to get up and go to school. This is a university for superheroes, but their parents don't always know that. For some, for some, they're going for an opportunity to better themselves, to learn more about their powers. For some, they're going because it's part of their parole, and others are here because they're bored. So, as we open on each of these wonderful people, we go to their home, their place of residence, and we get to see a little bit of their lives right before we jump right into the school year. And we start in the prison system with Whisper.
Hello.
So you are rudely awakened by a guard banging his nightstick against your cell, going, "Time to wake up, Whisper."
What the hell, man? It's too
Your first-
early to wake up.
Yeah, it's your first day of school. You better start getting used to it.
God damn it. I told that judge I don't want to go to school. Kind of
Well, it was either this or prison. And, you know, you're kind of in prison, but this is more jail than prison.
Fine, whatever. I start just like doing my morning routine rudely in front of you and obviously kind of being like, fuck you. And with that, I'm ready to go because I don't have a change of clothes. Like, I guess I'm just wearing this.
You are thrown an outfit. Came from the school. Said you need something more super heroic.
Super heroic. There's holes in this shit.
Well,
why do
too
I have to
bad.
wear this? All right, whatever. So what I pull on is like black jeans that have tattered holes, along with a shirt with all sorts of rips and stuff. And you can see that I have a tattoo running up my left arm and a skull on my neck. So I get that on. I'm like, okay, now what?
get in the bus. They're going to wait for you. Well, they're not going to wait for you much longer, but still.
All right, let's go.
So you get on the bus, and it begins to drive off to our next place of residence, the home of the void.
My home? You're at my home? Okay. Then it would pull up to a very small, modern, well, maybe a little bit older than modern home that looks like it's as well kept as it can be by 3 teenagers to early 20s people. And I would be, when you arrived, I don't know, I wouldn't be in costume yet. So
You have received a lovely package
okay.
that's been waiting in your room,
Okay.
and it contains
Perfect.
your superhero outfit. The question
Then I
is,
would have put it on, yes.
how are you getting out of the house, still getting into the bus, without anyone noticing?
Because I wouldn't want anybody that I live with to see me put on the outfit, but I wouldn't want to leave the house without the outfit on. Interesting dilemma. For those of you who don't know, I present myself as completely gender neutral and fluid out of costume. I've got really baggy clothes. My hood is usually up, and I'm very modest and quiet. So I leave my house and I go around back to where there are lots of bushes, and I try and sneakily get this really tight spandex outfit on, which then shows all of my curves and makes me look very feminine. Do I have to roll something to see if I am able to do this?
No, it takes a little bit of time.
Perfect. So snap on glovey sleeve things and snappy, and I feel really uncomfortable at first, but then I get comfy in it, and I take a deep breath, and I get suddenly feeling very confident as I walk out of my backyard to the bus and head onto the bus.
All right, and you'll notice
I've been fake sleeping this entire time, but I'm definitely like peeking an eye as you get onto the bus, like feigning like I don't give a crap, but I'm kind of curious, and I'll probably, it'll be the same for everybody else as they go on the bus as well.
All right.
As I see you, I'm extremely confused. I thought this was going to be superhero school, and there's this person who looks like he just got out of jail. So I look to the bus driver.
Look, lady, what can I do? It's the way things work. You're going to meet a lot of colorful people in this line of work.
Okay, but is that a hero or a villain? Because I squint.
Well, when we come down to it, are any of us really heroes or villains? We just got to move with the flow and understand what we are. And understanding what we are is part of what college is all about. So, you getting on the bus?
I adjust my superhero costume, as that's the first time I've been called lady ever, and go and sit at the back of the bus too, but adjacent to Whisper.
All right. And the bus takes off to its next location. And the next stop is the residence of Nuance Moon.
Okay. You would see somebody in a very like kind of down to earth, kind of like hipster kind of look. The beanie, snake bites, a couple tattoos here and there, but not too many, and just very disheveled and tired, waking up, looking for she's looking for her morning coffee. So in a room like with there's like as if about 2 people live here, no, 3, and a kid. So her roommate and her roommate's kid who lives there. So she just goes over to get some coffee and I guess finds a package, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the package arrived a little while ago and it's all ready for you. It's just, you haven't really had the wherewithal to open it until now. It didn't really feel like you needed to open it, but now it does.
I look around, make sure my roommate's not here, the kids at school. I flicker my wand and then I just like kind of manipulate the costume to go on me. And
This is a question. Are you just manipulating your wand to get the costume on, or are you doing like a magical girl transformation?
I will do the magical girl kind of transformation, but make it gothic as possible.
Like bats fly out of the background. There's a moon behind you and a distant.
It's like, well, that's a good way to start the morning. And then with just like a simple flick, without I change back into my normal clothes, like easy in, easy, like it's just easy out for some reason.
All right. Well, still, the bus is waiting for you outside. Are you going to be in your superhero attire, or are you going to just hipster it up, knowing that everyone else is likely going to be in their superhero attire?
I am going to be extra and be a shadow and just hide my way into the bus as a shadow and sit beside someone.
All right.
And occasionally I'll pop my head out of the shadows like, are we there yet? And I'll be beside Void.
Wait, you come in and you sit directly beside me? Like on the same bus seat?
There is a shadow beside you, and occasionally this head pops out like, are we there yet?
Okay, so you're not beside me, you're in front of me?
I'm
No,
beside.
it's directly beside you.
Yeah.
But I'm adjacent to, so are there 3 seats side by side then?
There's a seat. Think of it, there's a long pathway this way. The way you've described it, it sounds like a Whisper sitting on the left side. You've
Sure.
sat on the right side of the bus. But
Okay.
the bus is large. Each seat is large enough for about 2 people.
2 people. So Nuance Moon came and sat beside me, beside Whisper. So now Nuance Moon is between us?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm
because-
pushed right up against the window then, trying to get as far away from her as possible at the moment.
And so you see this shadow like, are we there? No? Okay.
I'm now muttering under my breath, what in the hell kind of freaks got what the fuck? What's going
As he
on?
says that, I just give him a poke with my staff, like, mind your manners.
I'm gonna punch his arm or her arm and say, don't touch me.
You just punch a shadow.
Okay, well now I'm just embarrassed and frustrated and I go back to fake sleeping.
All right.
I would talk to her. Hi. I'm Void, and you are?
Oh, I'm Nuance Moon, and I like coffee.
And you're and I saw the punch go through, so I try and poke her. You're a shadow?
Sort of. It's more magic in a sense. And feeling more comfortable with conversation, I just kind of like slowly come out of the veil of shadow.
Interesting. That's a magic or a power or
I don't really know. To be honest, I don't remember most of my life. Just slowly comes back here and there, but it doesn't bother me too much. I don't know why, it just feels familiar, so I guess it will work out when it works out, right?
Interesting.
So that's why I'm going to school at least. Oh, and your name?
It's Void. Do you want to play some tic-tac-toe?
Would I? And like,
And then I like lean over to the delinquent.
Giant
You-
groan, like, ugh. Like
Never mind.
tic-tac-toe.
Rude. That's fine. We'll play. We're playing tic-tac-toe now.
All right. As you
Well,
are playing tic-tac-toe, the bus has been going on for a little while, and it's stopping in front of I can say house, but for this, it's the lair of the Phoenix. Or the nest, depending on how you want to look at it.
the place is on fire, I think.
So actually, the bus stops in the middle of nowhere. You cannot see anything. It's like just I don't know, either like the edge of like a street. It just stops like you're just there's stores and it's a sidewalk, and she gets onto the bus. Like you can feel the bus kind of sink down with her steps, like it was like it's shifting with her weight, and then she stands right in the middle of the bus and kind of just gives everyone a glaze over and kind of like raises an eyebrow and sits right at the front of the bus where no one is there. It's just like the bus, the driver, her, empty space, and all the people at the back.
Well, at least I got someone keeping me company up at the front. You know, I don't talk much though, so you're gonna not get a lot from me.
I also don't talk a lot, and I'm not here to keep you company.
Sounds like a good plan. The door closes, and it takes off towards Edgewood University. Go Edgelords!
I definitely smirk and chuckle a bit when Phoenix says like, "Well, you're not gonna get a lot out of me either," and like a little bit of attitude. I'm like, not like I want to hang out with her, but I'm like, okay, first time I've heard anything all day that makes me slightly amused.
As you all arrive, as the bus arrives at the front of the university, it's a nice large place, and you can see the city. This part of the city is almost like a university city. Like they've sectioned off this fifth of the city into just a university campus where people will live, they'll go to classes, and they will live, and they will learn and love and all the other things university students do. Come on, don't quiz me on this. But as soon as you arrive, several other buses are there as well, letting people out into the university. There's not a lot to do in the bus anymore, so you kind of get up, go in and get ready for orientation. And the orientation is happening in the large gymnasium. There are the little bleachers that they always have that get pushed up against the side of the wall when they're not in use are standing out and filled with students. Some look just like you. Some look like terrifying abominations of nature. And some glow, look like gods. They are a very interesting grab bag of super-powered people. So you all have the choice of, you came together on the bus, you can all sit together, or you can avoid each other like the plague.
So,
or do something in between.
Me and Void are still having a very intense, I imagined having a very intense game of tic-tac-toe. Like,
Oh, for sure. We've hit Cat's Cradle like 7 times. You've won twice. I've won twice. We just can't seem to break this tie.
Best 3 out of 5.
Best
pretty much
27 out of whatever math that is.
You play a mean game, I gotta tell you. Mean game. And I play with a 5-year-old, mind you, and they never stop.
Oh, that's probably why we keep tying. I play with my younger siblings all the time too. So we get off the bus and you said like we've got places to sit. Has Phoenix got off the bus, or are you waiting to be last?
No, I get off first because I'm on the
Okay.
bus first. So I get off the bus first, and I head like as if I know where I'm going, directly to orientation. It's like just straight pathing it.
Luckily, there are a few signs there that say orientation this way. So you can glance at them while pretending that you know exactly where you're going.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That I know exactly where I'm going, and I just head there. I will probably be looking at all of the students and kind of just like probably making a whole bunch of assumptions about what they're about, like creating like little stories, even though I don't really know them, just to like size them up for myself, even though I don't really know them. But yeah, I would probably be standing somewhere in the back, just like as an observer.
All right. There's a good other small chunk of people also standing in the back, observing people. You know, you're not the first one to have this idea. In fact, it seems semi-common to have this idea. A group of wannabe Batmans.
Okay, so then with Nuance Moon, when Phoenix got on the bus, she may have noticed Void me tense quite a bit, and then after Phoenix leaves, I seem to relax. I kind of indicate to Nuance Moon, since she's blocking my way off the bus, that we should go and try and sort out orientation.
Okie dokie. And I just kind of float nearby you. Just kind of glide.
I imagine you like standing up awkwardly and like me having to squeeze by you in order to lead you off the bus.
Yeah, it's like, oh, sorry. Okay, hold on.
And just as before I get off, I like look back at Whisper. I'm like, are you coming?
Yeah, in a bit. Go ahead.
Okay. And I walk off the bus and I look at the signs and I look visibly confused and like I need a map. And then I see Phoenix getting paperwork and things sorted, and I like hang back with Nuance Moon. So if she wants to lead us closer, I'm gonna stay away from Phoenix for a bit.
So I guess you're saying I should just lead the way in a sense.
Well, I'm just looking kind of uncomfortable and lost. So you kind of decide what you want to do with that information.
Okay, so I will just like, hey, it's okay to be, nervous on the first day. You got a friend now, okay? And I kind of wave a little shadowy string. It's like, just hang on, okay? Just little shadowy string, just hang on to the little shadow string.
I bat the string like a cat. Like, what is this?
It's just shadow. That's all it is. It's like,
what? Am I supposed to grab it? I can't.
Yeah, just grab it. It's just like a little I'm here for you, and I'm also floating, okay? So in case the wind goes like way off, I could fly away. I'm still getting used to this, so I'm kind of gonna rely on you to make sure that I don't fly away also, okay?
You're like my own little human kite.
Right.
This is nice. This is nice.
So,
lead the way.
Okay, and so I just like be like a kite guiding guiding the void over to where we need to go.
All right, I hang out in the bus. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, at the
That's
same
fine.
time,
That's totally fine.
I just want to know, is there any familiar faces to me, out of curiosity, from say at the bar?
Not one that you recognize fully, but some people give you a bit of a vibe that does this person know the person that I know, or are they like, is this person here on the behest of this? I don't.
Maybe I try waving like, oh no, I don't know that. That's not Steve. I don't know who that is.
But not Steve will look and wave at you ever so slightly and knowingly nod.
Floating in the air like a kite. Anyway,
and
sorry.
Seeing the lost perplexity of the void, they also briefly come up and say, I'm a second year here. You might want this map.
Oh, thank you. I like have the wisp in one hand and I reach out with the other hand for the map. And then I'm very perplexed as to how I'm supposed to read this map and hold the wisp at the same time. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't worry, you'll figure it out sometime.
What's your name?
My name is Jonathan. Although I guess you want my superhero name.
Yeah, that's good.
It is Johnny Quickfeet.
Did you just make that up right now? I'll keep an eye out for you, and hopefully you haven't changed your name by the next time I see you.
Yeah, so says Johnny Fastfeet.
See, you're
Johnny,
already.
who are you sitting with?
You know, we don't really need to go to orientation, so we'll just be getting ready for classes. So, you know, I'm just here to help the first years out a little bit, you know.
Right.
Thus says Johnny Fast Hands.
I look over at Nuance Moon like, are you hearing this?
I'm trying really hard not to laugh. It's like, yeah. Very interesting character. Hi! I wave.
Hi, Johnny. Bye, Johnny. Slow
Yeah.
man.
Johnny Slow Fingers. And then he's gone.
I'm going to be very confused.
All right, so I'm getting out of the bus finally and just kind of thinking, I don't want to be here, and I'm a little nervous because it's first day of school, but I don't want anyone to know that. Like, no one's gonna know that I'm a little bit nervous. And so these dark black, like wispy tendrils start coming out of my body and kind of just like coming off of me as if I'm steaming a bit. And they make it so that no one wants to interact with me. Like, they're not very pleasant. So I kind of walk in and don't want to talk to anyone. I'm giving off that vibe of leave me the hell alone. I'm walking to orientation and I'm kind of keeping an eye out on people, especially the ones that I can get a track on their superhero powers, and a little curious and interested in the ones who look, you know, a little different than human forms. And I see Phoenix standing in the back, and I decide, and I don't know why, but I decide to give her a little wink. And then I walk down right into the middle of where the hall is, the bleachers, and I push past like a row of people, like that uncomfortable pushing past. If you ever go to a concert and you got to get to your seat, or a hockey game and your seat's like in the middle, you got to push past all these people. So I push past a whole bunch on purpose to get to this random seat, like in the middle of the hall, just so I can put my hood up and go back to sleep.
All right.
If I see your character, if I see Whisper, I'm going to like big wave you like, hi.
Yeah, I would just kind of like pretend I don't see you, but try to make it obvious. Cause like I don't know. I don't want you to know I'm ignoring you. So I'm just gonna like, I see it out of the corner of my eye, so I purposely look the other way and like go the other direction.
I imagine that I probably caught your wink at me, and all I did was just raise an eyebrow and like size you up. And then I decide that, you know, being you know, in the back with all the other people that had the same idea, it was not cool. So I have to go find another place where there's no one.
Yeah, I would definitely notice all that, and I don't want to show any of it on my face, but I'm like, yeah, I hate it, but like I like you. Like I like that you made those choices.
Yeah. So as you look around, so as Whisper sits down, you end up sitting next to a man that looks like he's made out of diamonds. And
I'm
just kinda
definitely
looks at
gonna
you.
have to try to figure out if I can steal any of those off of his body. But continue on. He looks at me and
He
does
looks
what?
at you kind of, you're really sleeping right now? Just pokes you in the head a couple times. And it's a sharp, it's a soft poke with a jagged object.
Gotcha.
So it kind of
I'm like, "Oh,
hurts. Not too much, but just enough.
what are you doing? Yeah, what do you think is better than sleeping right now? There's no one even talking at us.
I don't know. I'm
Um,
talking at you.
All right. Do you need something?
No, you just seem like you're trying to be incredibly angsty.
I just don't want to be here.
Yeah, there's that click over there. The I don't want to be here crowd. And he points over to a bunch of people doing something very similar to what you're doing.
Well, I don't want to go over there with them. I want to go right here. And while we're talking, I want to keep I'm noticing the diamonds, and I'm wondering if any of them are like loose or easy to kind of like pick off his body.
Unfortunately for you, no diamond is coming off of him. Because
Okay, I'd have to
he
like
is
cut off a
made
body
of
part.
them.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. So what's your name?
Do you have to like? Do you have to go? I ignore that question. Do you have to go to a bank ever, or do you just like pay with your body? Like you just.
Oh no, I don't really need money. I don't sleep. I don't eat. You know, I'm technically a golem. They call me Blood Diamond.
Is that a reference to something? I don't get it.
No, I don't get it either. I'm like 2.
You're 2 years old?
Yeah.
Okay.
They say I've got the maturity of a 45-year-old, but you know, I don't understand that. So I'm here at school.
Yeah, you speak good for a 2-year-old. All right, I'm just gonna go back to my nap if you don't mind.
Okay. Enjoy being a tool. And he turns his attention back to the front. At this point, everyone has more or less sat down somewhere. Phoenix has found somewhere to be cool and different, away from the other people, all the other people trying to be cool and different. Showing that she is indeed cooler and more different.
You bet I am.
And then you see a large, what looks like a cat man, blue fur, with some streaks of orange going through it. And he's got a nice big suit on. One of those like apple core tied tie knots. And he just walks up to the podium that's been in front, it's been in the middle of the gymnasium. And he just stands there and goes, and with that, almost everyone's silence is down, except for the people that have no idea who this is. But lucky for you, you are somewhat familiar with retired superheroes. This is Felix. Good evening, students. Well, morning. I fumbled that already. Dad always said I'd be a failure. Anyways, welcome to Edgewood University. You are here for various reasons. Some of you want to become heroes. Some of you want to not be heroes, which confounds me as to why you would come here if you didn't want to be heroes. But that point aside, you are all here to become better. Some of you will become better through your interactions with people. Some of you will become better through terrifying adversity. And some of you are already better than everyone else. But that is not something you should rub into their faces. In fact, he looks at his cue cards and he realizes they've all been put out of order. He kind of tosses them aside. You are all here because you are fantastic people. One day, you might save the world. One day, you might end the world. Well, we are here to help you be the best you can be. Thank you for choosing Edgewood University. I wish you all luck. And with that, he gets off the stage, walks off, and then realizes that he didn't really say what to do next. Turns around, walks back, and says, if you will all look at your class catalogs on your PDFs that came with your costumes, PDAs, not PDFs, that came with your costumes, you will see the first class you are all registered to take. After that, that class will be your only class of the day. After that, please be sure to check out your class catalog, noted in the handout section of your PDA. Then you shall get a good feel for what you might want to take and who you want to learn from. But for today, just go to your first shared class and enjoy yourselves.
I have a moment of panic that I don't want anyone to see, that of course I didn't even look at anything. Like the guard threw me my costume this morning. I didn't have a PDA. And my first thought is, I'm gonna go find that girl who seems at least tolerable and just go whatever class she's going to. I'll just follow her.
All right.
Okay, I have looked at my PDA on my phone, and I kind of
You are-
know where I'm going. So I think I know where I'm going. So I will leave, not seeing that Whisper is following me. I just leave, and I assume that I know where I'm going.
Yes,
just
you are
go
going to
there.
the class of Team Dynamics taught by Legion.
Okay. Great. Team dynamics. Frick. This is gonna be a hoot.
as Phoenix walks past our table, I lean like really deep into Nuance Moon and just kind of like try not to let her see me. And I speak quietly to her, and I'm like, did Felix just say that we could destroy the world, and that he wants to help us do that? Did you hear that? I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, this is what I like. That's why I chose this place. Like, it's all about like choices and the options. You know, like.
So now Nuance Moon is saying yes. This is, and I'm thinking of options. I've just got off the bus with a delinquent, and now I'm thinking I'm at the wrong school. This is a villain school for sure.
As you're thinking these thoughts, a big blue paw rests gently on your shoulder. I see that you're freaking out a bit. We're not here to help you end the world.
That's what you said on the
We
stage.
we said that you all have a potential to.
And you wanted to help.
We want to help you become the best you can be. You being the best you is very rarely ending the world.
I mean, I suppose it depends on one's goals and objectives, but those aren't mine. So if you're sure that can you help me? I'm holding a wisp and I have a map.
Oh, just
but I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Just do this. Just do this. Just do this. I start going down. I don't get it either, okay? But I don't know how to fully control my powers, but I just wanted to, like, you know, give you a little something to like just have fun with, you know, just a human kite for a moment.
Yeah, so I sorry, I need to apologize. I said I had a wisp. I have a human kite, I guess. I'm very overwhelmed. Can you please tell me what my next class is? And I like fumble through my paperwork and try and pull out whatever one I'm supposed to be using. PDA, PDF, I don't know. Help.
Certainly. He pulls out his PDA and says, by the way, yours is attached to your belt.
I look down. Oh, how did that get there? And I take it off.
Yes, we don't ask the questions of how things end up wherever they end up. They just end up there. And Whisper, at this moment that Felix is saying something to Void, you notice a small brick-like object that has just appeared in your pocket. How it got there? It's not important.
Kind of weirding me out. I pull it out. What is it?
It's your PDA.
Oh. Dude.
And it's a brick?
Brick-shaped.
Okay.
Like all phones are brick-shaped.
I'm mildly happy because I haven't had one since I was in prison. And I was pretty sure my parole said I couldn't have one. So I'm like, not telling my parole officer this. It's going to stay with me like in kind of a way.
Felix is showing Void both how to use the map on the PDA and explaining why the paper map exists. Is just some people like a physical copy as well.
Oh, okay.
And points you to where your first class, Team Dynamics, is being held.
Thank you for your help. I'm sorry I sound so this is all so very new to me. I'm very sorry.
It's fine. You remind me of when I was first starting out. I was a small kitten, given superpowers, and I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, that does sound like me. Thanks. Thanks for helping me feel better.
Don't worry, everything gets better. And one day, you will be confident enough to be able to do anything you set your mind to.
I
Because
look
right-
over at Nuance and I'm like, again, are you hearing this?
It was
What I'm
great.
trying to say puts a hand on both of you. I believe in you.
Just like petting his furry hands. Like,
Please don't touch the paws.
Sorry.
Sorry. Still some cat things.
Right. Sorry.
And so he sends you off to your first class of team dynamics.
Which I'm assuming that we're in the same class. I realize.
All of you guys are in the same class.
Okay. I check mine in my little shadow pocket locker thing, and just like, oh, we're in the same class. I just put it back in my little portable shadow pocket.
Is it a classroom? What are we walking into?
You are walking into, it's essentially a classroom.
Are there desks or are we just standing?
It's kind of built a bit like an auditorium is. The big area where the professor will be speaking, or your superhero professor, to be more specific, as well as row upon row of chairs. Each one has a small desk in front of it. And
Are they all
Sorry.
at the same level as each other? Like
they are
are
raised
they-
up a little higher, each one.
Okay.
So no matter where you are in the class, you can see over everyone's heads, which is good considering some people in this classroom are 9 feet tall.
Where did Phoenix sit or stand?
Phoenix actually sat this time. Just probably kind of like at the very last seat on the row, but kind of in the middle. So it's in the middle, but it's the very last seat that you can possibly take before the wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna come in quietly and sit right next to her, and then offer some Jube candies that I stole out of a vending machine. But I don't like look at her and offer it. I just like put my hand out with it open if she wants one.
She glances down at the jujubes and says, "No, thank you."
Your loss. The reds are delicious.
And the reds are even shaped like little birds.
Tweet.
As soon as we enter and I see Phoenix, I'm not intending for this to happen. So you tell me how this happens if I have to roll for it or whatever. I don't want this to happen, but it does. As soon as I see I'm in the same class as Phoenix, I imagine all of the lights go up.
We are going to roll for it. Yeah. Unleash your powers, please.
Okay, but I don't want it to. So it seems like I have to do a negative roll. I don't know what that means.
Can I maybe assist in some way to just maybe calm Void down, kind of seeing this kind of like over and over, like this.
Yeah. Take an extra -1 to whatever you roll.
Okay, dokie. Character sheet. Thank you for everyone who's watching's patience as we learn this new system. Sometimes it's going to take some time. I'm clicking. Oh, I don't click anything. I just roll dice, right?
Actually, you can click the little
Oh.
thing that says freak, and it rolls the
Freak.
dice automatically for you.
What
Gotcha.
should I roll? Maybe mundane.
Am I doing a bonus or penalty?
You are doing a penalty of 1, so -1.
Negative. -1.
Yes,
Or do I write 1? -1. Okay.
-1. And the lights do not go out. One sparks a little bit, and so one light bulb in the room is dead. But the rest of them are fine.
Did I just roll mundane anyway, or no?
No, your comforting already gave the -1 to the.
Just kind of like, hey, is everything okay?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Fine.
like, you know, I know like I seem a bit like an airhead, but I've kind of observed a couple times you've been kind of like a little off edge with that person over there. Is everything okay?
Uh, I think I know her. And I don't think I want her to know that I'm here, or maybe I do. I don't. Either way, can you? Yeah, you're very shadowy. Can you like shadow me or something? Can we sit close and you kind of disguise me somehow?
I can probably do something. Just again, I'm getting kind of used to these. It's only been like a year, so no problem.
As Nuance Moon is talking, I will look up to the flicker of the light, trying to figure out what it's doing, and I will directly look at the void.
All right.
But it just like kind of look back.
So just one person in the chat said something very useful to me. Because you rolled a miss, Void, you get to mark a potential.
Oh, thank you.
Aside from that, everything goes the same way that everything was going.
Okay.
Would I roll a freak for
For trying to shadow Void?
yeah, like a little, just like,
Yeah, we'll do to unleash your powers. We'll do a freak roll.
okay. And do I have to take any conditions?
No,
Okay, just checking.
you're not doing a burn for anything, so it's just a very simple freak roll.
Okie
Ah, and it works perfectly.
Oof.
Possibly a little too perfectly, because now there's just this dark shadow that's shaped like a person that is walking around the room going, haha, no one can see me.
And I will follow suit to like kind of blend with Void to like not feel like left out.
So legitimately what Phoenix just saw was she looked up at a light flicker, looked at Void, and now all of a sudden Void is covered in shadow.
And Void, technically.
Yeah, it's not something that registers on her face. Like it's just like stare directly in that in your direction. But it's kind of like I'm looking right through you, and then the shadow comes, and I'm like, whatever. And then I just like am looking at my watch waiting for the professor to get here, and just like starting to tap my foot, getting a little irritated, and the Whisper is going to feel a little bit of heat, like it's like a heater is turned up on his shoulder.
I'm very aware of everything. The fact that she looks at the light, but I don't show that I acknowledge any of it, especially with her turning down the jube. I'm like, whatever. And so I'm playing on my phone, this device,
It's a little PDA. It's got
this
snake
little
on it.
PDA. Oh, sick. And I'm just like a little bit tickled pink, so to speak, as much as I can be, with the fact that I get to play with one of these. Like, I don't think I've ever had something like this. I've never had money to have something like this. I'm like wondering how I can use it for, I don't know, I'm break into a bank. Like, what can I do with this thing? Can I change the records on my parole to say I went for a full 4 year of schooling on the second day? Like, but I'm definitely, while I'm playing with this, very aware of everything Phoenix is doing, looking at the light and getting warm. And yeah, but I don't acknowledge it. I don't want to make her feel awkward, and she doesn't want to jujube. So
All right. As soon as everyone sits down, the door, not the one you entered through, but a door nearby, kind of opens up, and a small swarm of people that look exactly the same come through. And then one finally marches up behind the rest of them as soon as they've created a little hallway and they're all saluting. Goes over to the desk, kind of leans against it, snaps his fingers, and all the identical people, except for him, disappear. And he goes, "Hello, students. I am your Professor Legion. and we are going to learn about team dynamics in this classroom. So unfortunately, team dynamics is not a class you get to choose whether or not to take. As part of your curriculum, it is a necessary class, no matter what you are doing.
I groan and then whisper to Phoenix, this dude has way too much energy for me.
Yes, I do. You could say I have too many
bit of shock.
of me. Too many of me to keep track of. As soon as he says this, more identical versions of him pop around from behind him.
I'm a little startled, yeah, because I whispered that. So yeah.
Yeah, I will hear it because I'm directly beside him. And then when the professor acknowledges, like, heard it, and she would kind of like do a little snicker, like in her nose, like.
I'm super uncomfortable. I have a smile and my eyebrows have raised. I'm like, shit, I'm not supposed to smile. I never smile.
Keep the facade.
It's like,
what do they look like? Are they? I'm imagining like minions.
They are all. They're dressed in kind of superhero gear, spandex, bright yellow and blue, with a big plus sign on his chest. In fact, multiple plus signs on his chest.
How big are they? Are they like regular human size?
Oh,
Average?
they're all the same size. They're all about human size. You're staring at a Caucasian male, red hair, and a small goatee. Yes, I do look hilarious.
I whisper to you, like, did you see that? That was amazing.
I don't know which one to listen to. Which one's the instructor?
All of them.
We all are. We are Legion. And as he does that, he snaps his fingers, and again, all of them turn back into him. And he stands there looking at you. Now, it seems strange that a person that can turn himself into multiple people would be teaching you about teamwork. Well, it's because each part of me has to work concisely and efficiently, knowing each of us what our roles are. And you may be wondering, what are you doing in this team dynamics classroom? Well, as first-year students, second and second-year students, you will be functioning as a team. Because we don't find it a great idea to send first-year students off on their own to fight supervillains. And for what you lack in one area, a teammate will bring up in another area. And together, we can become a close-knit community that can defeat any villain that we come across.
Yeah, okay. It's a huge heave of a sigh. Like, it's a deep breath and like a okay, here we go. Like, just like not having it, but I guess I have to do it, so whatever.
Ditto on all of that. Like, I'm definitely groaning and like wanting to agree so badly with her, but not wanting to get caught talking again, and just thinking this guy looks like a giant Ronald McDonald. Like, what is this Disney World? Like, theme park for children, teamwork. What is that? Since when did I join kindergarten soccer?
I think Phoenix will look over, knowing that it's almost identical to what she's doing. And then she just like, should we just leave?
No, you can't. Still writing notes.
Fine.
I whisper to Void, I'm like, I think we're going to ace this. Look at us. We're already like working together.
I point to Phoenix's device thing, and I send her a message that just says, I don't think whispering's going to work with this guy. This is going to suck.
Another little text message shows up. You are correct.
God damn it.
And then a small little text message appears just to you, Whisper, and says, due to your parole, and yes, we know about your parole, all of your text messages are monitored.
I just put it back in my pocket and groan and just like face calm. It's gonna suck.
Are we the only 4 in this team dynamic
there
other than
is-
Legion?
There are about 20 other students.
Okay.
However, as you are about to find out, you 4 are being teamed together.
Mm-hmm. Chosen groups. Great.
Yep.
Do we just find that
Legion
out
pulls out.
now?
Sorry, Legion is explaining because you don't know, because you guys don't really know each other, and there are going to be situations where you have to work with other superheroes you don't know very well. We are randomizing your teams to make sure that no matter what we throw at you, you will adapt. And so, at that, he starts reading out the names. Super Heroic, you are going with, and he lists 3 other names. Names such as Blood Diamond, Sphinx Lady, and Captain Margarine. Why he got into this university, no one's really certain, especially if his powers are anything like his name. He almost went with Captain I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. Thankfully, he didn't. But then finally, it comes to your group. And he goes, Phoenix, The Void, Whisper, and Nuance Moon.
I could pop out and go out of the veil with both of us in there. Yay!
There was such a small chance. There was the percentage. I just can't even.
I just slowly put the shadow back around you.
Oh no, we're gonna be. It's fine. And then, like, as the other 2 and us 2 approach into a group of 4, I imagine I just kind of like avoid eye contact, but
Yeah.
don't say anything.
I come up to them like, well, we meet again, bus buddies.
I will stand, kind of facing them, all of them, and I'll just say, great. I guess what are we doing now? Like,
Oh, well, today you're all starting by just getting to know each other. We're also assigning you into a house.
okay, I'm not show and sharing. It's fine.
You will.
Oh, man. Okay.
And then
So-
Legion turns his attention to a bunch of other people.
So if we exchange names, that sounds like that's good enough and we can go. I'm Whisper. I also go by Raiden. See you later. And I go to walk out unless the professor stops me.
An exact clone of him goes,
But-
wagging his finger at you.
I said hello, gave my name. Oh, whatever. Okay. I go back.
As you come back, I'm like, I think the purpose is for you to know us too.
Uh-huh. Okay. And who are you?
I'm just gonna be a bit cheeky. I did introduce myself on the bus. Did you hear my name?
Something about empty space, shadow,
Yeah. I'm so proud of you. It's
Shadow?
Void. Yeah, Void.
shadow,
Mhm,
shadow.
Void.
Okay, I'll call you Shadow.
Okay,
Shadow?
great. This is how we're gonna do teamwork. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not allowed to hit each other in the classroom. However, once you do when you get home, I have no control of that.
Oh my.
Well, I just don't think you'll be part of our team very long. You'll probably be back in jail before you know it.
I am
Who said anything about shadow?
I'm very impressed by the kind of the bite. I'm not like saying anything more. I'm just like observing the group.
Well, I'm Nuance Moon. My real name is Kat. So nice to meet all of you again.
I guess I'm the only one that hasn't said my name. I'm Phoenix. Yeah. My human name is Kaio.
it registered to me that like she got really warm and hot, and that her name is Phoenix, and just kind of put two and two together, but don't say anything. Do you
Right,
think
now that
that's
you have
good
introduced
enough?
each other, you can leave. Although you should leave to your housing arrangements, you know. All your stuff has been moved there already.
And how are we supposed to know where that is, sir?
Do I have to answer everything for you? I mean, what's the little
Apparently.
thing that you were texting on earlier?
I just like with my hand, like I like reach into my shadowy thing, like looking around. I'm just like, I think I got him here.
Excuse me, Legion.
Yes.
Whisper was actually quite polite with his question and used the word sir at the end, and you still bit him. So I'm curious as to how we're supposed to ask you questions and feel confident
You
if
are
you're going
correct.
to treat us that way.
You are correct. And this was a little small test. You are stepping forward as leader of this group. Fantastic news.
Oh no.
Congratulations.
So Whisper, you use your PDA.
Sounds good. And then I
Oh.
look at Void and give you a little smile. I'm like a little shocked that you showed me like any kindness after I was a jerk. So I'm like,
So I look at the Void, hearing that she's now leader, and I kind of just like raise my eyebrows again and then go, okay, leader, show us where our place is.
I hand the map to you, Void.
I take the physical map from Nuance Moon and I open it. And I kind of like, to the three of them, I'm like, just so we're all clear, I didn't sign up for this. I was voluntold. But I also think that I do see where we're supposed to go. Do I have to roll anything for that, or I just know?
No, it's
Okay, then I lead. I'm leading. I'm leading to the house.
I will follow.
I'll just stop, if I may. I'll just like kind of like be kind of close to Phoenix, just kind of observing you. It's like, you seem really, really powerful.
Do I see you, or are you still a shadow, like with no face?
Oh
or
no, you
anything?
see me. I'm just kind of floating around you.
Okay. She will glance over to you and just say, I am.
Ooh, I can't wait to see you in action. It should be fun.
And what is your power other than being a ghost?
I don't know yet. I can do a lot of things, I think. It's complicated. I've only known my powers for about a year, but they keep on sort of evolving more and more. So I really don't know what they do. So I can shape shadows at my will and teleport a little bit through shadows and just really whatever I imagine for the most part.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool. I'm just going to throw it out there for any leader that might be listening. I think we should be displaying our powers pretty soon, so we know, what each other is all about power-wise. At least we'll know how each other works and how to use it to our advantage, I guess. But again, not the leader.
It's a pretty good idea. What do you think, Leader Void?
I think Phoenix, that the level of how do I word this? Sass that you're displaying is kind of, I don't know, very off-putting. And I appreciate your thought. I think it's a good idea too. I personally don't have a handle over my powers yet. That's why I'm here. But if you want to give us a small display of what you're capable of, as long as you don't damage anything, I think that's a great idea.
Don't damage anything, huh? I'm not sure that that can happen.
Or anyone.
That's even more so.
Well,
All right then. I think we should show each other what we know. Yeah, if you're still figuring it out, or whatever your case is, I think we should just show each other what we know.
can't we just tell each other what we know? I mean, if you go to show us what you know and you don't do a good job, then you could really hurt someone or damage something.
Isn't there like a training room where you can do that? Like, sure, there's something, isn't there?
Maybe after we unpack, we can go try and find a practice hall.
Or outside would be best, probably. In the middle of nowhere, like a field.
Right. Well, as the leader, I'm going to suggest we go to a practice hall after we unpack.
That's
I'm gonna imagine while we're walking, and I've listened to all this, and I'm just kind of being really quiet, and just listening, and I whisper to Phoenix, I'm like, "It's a good idea," and I like make wispy tendrils, kind of, so that she can feel them around her arm, snake up her arm in a loop, and they feel kind of cold and wispy, and then they disappear.
She would startle at that. For Jesus. And then I don't know, like sparks would fly, like right as soon, like she would light up just red for a second, and at her startle. And I don't know if you can feel anything with your tendrils. Can you?
Yeah, a little bit back, not a huge amount.
Okay, your tendrils they're singed and they're probably painful right now.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it was jump back, but mostly I find it humorous and laughing about. Like, I didn't mean to startle you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's whatever. Don't touch me again.
Oh, Phoenix and fire. It makes sense. Can you just light things on fire? Is that like, can you make fire happen in your hands?
Yeah. Ish.
Neat.
I'm not as in control of it as I would like to be. I more so turn into a ball of fire.
Sweet.
Yep, that sounds pretty dangerous.
At this, you finally arrived as you were told a house. Looks a bit more like a manor. As you walk in, you can see that there's a large common area, and behind it is a kitchen. And kind of a nice open concept. And there are 2 levels to this place. On the top, there's 2 doors, and on the bottom, another 2 doors, with one, not including the front door, or the one door directly across from the front door, right next to the kitchen. If you pull out your info packet, you can see that each room has been designated, that each one of the rooms has been designated for one of you. And your property, as well as anything you might need, has been set up and prepped for you.
Is this just for the 4 of us?
Let's hope so. I don't want to be any crowded than the 4 of us, so.
I mean, wow. Wow.
At the bottom of your info packet, you will notice that it labels the door right next to the kitchen as entrance to the basement. Turning the page, you can see that in the basement, there is a lovely little training hall built specifically to your specifications.
So this is in the basement. Can you clarify what it means by specifications? Like, is it built to withstand what our
your powers?
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, do we know this? right now?
It does say in your info packet.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Oh, look, we have a place to train and demonstrate our powers. So we can use that later.
before that happens, I just start like rushing around, flying through shadows, through rooms, and like, oh, this is so cool. Not in anybody's room, like your guys' room, just other rooms at this point. It's like, whoa, the bathroom's
closets.
huge. You hear me from
Um,
the bar.
Awesome. I've never had my own room before, so this is like when Nuance Moon says this is just the four of us here. I'm also thinking like, really, this whole house is for four people, and the fact that I get my own room, like I don't have to share with anybody, is kind of wild. I'm also thinking they said my personal belongings will be there. I'm like, what personal belongings? So I expect there not to be anything in the room.
You know what I
besides maybe
find
bed.
funny? What Professor Legion said. He said that like we got picked in the team by a whim. I'm not so sure about that anymore. And I disappear in the shadows again, looking around.
Yeah, on that note, there must be some kind of mistake. I don't think I'm supposed to be part of your team. I'm looking around and getting really uncomfortable. I think I need to go back and check in with someone. And I kind of like give the map to Nuance Moon.
Okay.
I would kind of just look her over and say, you do what you got to do, I guess. And then I will just straight line it to a room that I have chosen for myself and close the
You are
door.
very lucky that that room has a little phoenix on it and is
Oh.
designated as yours.
Damn it, I thought I was just like randomly picking one. Okay, I guess this one's mine. Nice symbol.
Okay, so I'm going to try and find a place where I can hide myself, and hopefully I've got my bag with my other clothes in it, and see if I can change into them before I go into this house.
Absolutely. You walk outside. There's a backyard with a lovely little hedge, and it's set up in such it's set up in such a way that there's a shed by the hedge, and everything is closed off enough that someone could, if they wanted to, switch costumes,
Lords.
as if they had planned this for some reason. But you know,
Mhm.
definitely not.
Interesting. Okay, so then I'll switch and see if I can get myself into the house, not through the front door, so that I'm already in my room as the others are starting to find their rooms.
All right. I would like a roll
Okay.
of assess the situation.
Okay. Bonus or penalty?
No bonus or penalty this time.
Ugh. I
You
fell
got
through the window.
nothing. Like you walk there, you have a total and utter moment of brain nothingness. And you stand there for a good 5 minutes going, what?
I don't think it helped that I'm like still teleporting through room to room to room.
And then you collect yourself after marking your potential.
Mm.
And you think, okay, maybe one more time. And this time, add a +1 to it. And if anyone is saying this isn't how you play the game, shut up. So you find it, and you feel something pulsing in a room that is drawing you towards it. So luckily for you, it's on the ground floor. And so you see a window that's ever so slightly ajar, and This is up to you, but you can climb into it.
Oh yeah, I mean, the mist makes sense logically because my clothes are so big. Like they're way oversized for me. I imagine if I was going through anything, what would be heard throughout the house is some kind of clamor of me falling through the window because something got
Absolutely.
caught on
Something
something
got
or
caught.
other. Yeah, and I've got like these really huge baggy pants now, and I'm face first on my bed. I've got huge Coke bottle glasses on now and my hood on, and I'm just gonna like clamor now with this slightly better roll to grab a notebook or something and make it look like I've just been doodling this whole time. Hey, welcome to the house.
Yeah. This is up to everyone else. You hear a clattering coming from one of the bottom floor rooms, and
I
it's
will.
not one of the rooms marked for you.
I will knock on that door. I will. Hello.
I'll look up with my eyes, but not the rest of my body. Hi.
The door
just
is
keep
still
doing it.
closed.
Hi from inside.
I like peer through. Oh, hi. Who are you?
I'm Ether.
Oh,
I'm
hi,
just kidding.
Ether. I'm Kat. I'm one of your new neighbors, actually. I think we're actually like next, just like up, just over there. My room is over there. I think I haven't seen it yet.
Luckily for Aether, everything looks like it's been lived in for a little while.
Well, welcome to the house.
It looks, oh, you look so comfy. And I like hit my staff on the floor, and then I go in my casual clothes, and my wand disappears. It's like, so how long have
Wow.
you been here? Are you a second year?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Second year. Second time in this house. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so then you must have had like team members before that. Oh, wow. We had another one, and then she just left. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. I didn't progress fast enough. They all headed on to the next level without me. I'm repeat. You're one again.
And then like I go up to you and like if I may take your hand in like a dramatic kind of anime way.
I see your hand coming toward me and kind of just shift away from it
Okay,
and
I'll just
stare
go
at
up to
it.
you. It's like, don't worry, you can do this. This is a place of like where they want to bring the very best of you out. It's just like very close. And
Just repeating Felis's words to me.
at least that's what I've been hearing. But yeah, well, maybe you can show me some ropes. Maybe the ropes around this place.
Maybe.
There's
I
there's three others. There's two others of two other people here actually. Maybe you could give us a tour.
maybe later. I do want to meet you all. I'm not feeling great. Yeah, maybe later.
You do look a little pale. Well, it was nice to meet you, Ether. I'll leave you alone. Bye.
Bye.
Luckily for you, if you open one of the drawers after Nuance leaves, you see a lovely little book that says everything you need to know about the house.
I've got some reading to do.
And a little sticky note on top of it, marked by Professor Felix. Felix, thought you might need this.
I kind of just like hug the book to my chest and heave heavy sighs and then start reading.
As everyone gets settled into their rooms, Phoenix, you find it exactly the way that you'd set up a room.
Wow.
And you find it strange that they know this.
That is surprising and not surprising at the same time. Well, at least it's the way I want it, so that's good. She like pops on her bed, and then she just like relaxes into the sheets for a sec. Yeah, she's just like relaxing in her room.
Whisper, when you go into your room, you find it is set up in a way that's very nice and home feeling and homey. Not something you may have particularly done while you were in prison, but something that if you ever had the chance, this is something you would imagined.
Yeah, I'm super surprised, and like I said, have never had a room before, and we quickly close the door so I can kind of have a moment of letting my walls down to completely be happy, and then lie down on the bed for a bit.
Yeah. And nuance. In your room, you see a lovely chandelier swinging to and fro ever so slightly. Something that screams gothic.
Probably new age a bit. I feel like there'd be like it's almost like a bit of like new age with like kind of neon goth, almost Victorian.
And it's got everything except for, it's got almost everything, but there's a little empty shelf that's with a little note that says, this is for crystals should you choose to use it.
Crystals. Well, never had to use crystals. Okay, something to consider for later. And I just like flop in the comfy like coffin style bed.
All right. As soon as you do this, you guys all take a nice moment, relax, have a nice time. And then your PDAs begin to go off. They're blaring at you. And and you turn on your PDA, you look at it, and it says, monstrous villain in gymnasium. Please come help. We are relying on you.
I feel like I probably maybe would have fallen asleep a little bit, and then it's like beeping, and I'm like, oh, what? And then I just like struggle to look at it, and then I go, great, let's get to work here. And then she gets up, she gets her katana, she puts it on her hip, and I think she would just leave to go to the gymnasium.
That's
All
fair.
right.
Your leader pieced off, so
Yep.
You're heading right there, assuming that your leader will be there as well.
Yeah, and assuming I know where the gym is. So, but I'm just
Strangely-
straight sailing it.
If you would imagine the Butter Dome here in Edmonton, it looks a bit like that.
Okay.
A big slab of butter like building, for those who don't know.
Okay. Well, I will
So
probably
it's pretty
head
easy to
towards
find.
that.
And strangely, you are really close to it. You're getting the feeling that this might be the reason they called you.
Okay. I will go into the Butter Dome. Not Butter Dome.
We'll call it the Butter Slab. The Butter Slab Gymnasium.
Okay. And I am assessing the situation. Do I see anything, hear anything?
I'm going to let the others get a moment to see if they catch up.
Okay.
If I may, unbeknownst to Phoenix, may I have kind of hitchhiked into her shadow?
Roll me an Unleash Your Powers. I want to see this.
while you're rolling, if Whisper's still at the house and is potentially looking around, all he would see is like two really like poofy sleeved hands on the door frame and then big glasses peeking around to see if anybody is still here.
Where's Unleash Power? Sorry.
That would be Freak Roll.
Oh, okay. Straight freak.
Yep.
About to get my freak on. Nope.
So you try to get into hitchhiking the shadow. It sort of works. Not really, though. You're kind of like half in, but straight down the middle. You're just kind of dragging along. Ah!
So do I feel it?
You can
Like-
feel a little bit of a weight. It's not a significant weight.
Okay.
Like nothing that you wouldn't be able to run unhindered with.
Okay.
But something you might notice, like someone tugging ever so slightly at your shirt.
I'm trying to push
Yeah.
myself in the shadow. Like,
Yeah, she is like what the and Ew. Ugh.
hi. Sorry, I noticed that you went first, so I just I wanted to catch up.
Okay. Can you not like you have your own shadow, right? You're a ghost thing. Just
Well, I can't
Keep
really
your own
ride my
shadow.
own shadow. Like, come on now. That's ridiculous.
so you can walk, right? Like, can you
This
float?
is so much faster. You're going extremely fast. This is already like half the journey already.
So you're just hitching a ride? Like,
Pretty much. I call it shadow hitching.
I think there's some kind of consent to this that I didn't consent to.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll ask the next time. I just you were in a hurry, and I just figured like just in case shit went south fast, I could be there to support you.
Well, I guess that makes sense. We are a team ish.
I mean, you
Okay.
already left half the team already, so
Well, your buzzer went off too, right?
yes.
Okay. Well, then I guess it's good that you're here. Let's keep going. They'll catch up. Or not. And that's cool too.
Two things. One, nuance. Please mark a potential.
Okay.
And two, buddy system.
So I am in my bed and my phone goes off and I'm just like, I don't want to get up, but I'm also a little hungry and I was thinking of trying to figure out where they have food in this place. So I may as well get up. And it's kind of like if you ever lived in a big apartment building and the fire alarm goes off and you just know it's someone who, lit their bacon on fire. Kind of thinking this is the situation. It's either a test, a fire alarm for hero school, or there's a real monster, but there are like 300 kids in this school and I'm really not going to make a difference. But, like I said, I wanted to find where the food is anyway. So I take way longer than I should. Like Phoenix get ups and goes. I'm like, I can have another 20 minutes on this map.
There's a
And then I
little buzz
decide,
there's a little buzz that says failure to help will negatively affect your parole.
oh, then I definitely stand up and crack my neck and just stumble out of the bedroom and kind of drag my feet.
That
and
happens
start going.
that happens a good few minutes after Phoenix has
Okay.
already left, though.
I'm way behind. So. Yeah, that's me. What about?
Do
I
you
see the void?
notice me?
So are you hanging on my door frame or your own?
No, my own. I'm waiting till everybody's gone so that I don't have to go into the freaking hedges to change.
Then yeah, I would notice you and maybe give a little start and go, whoa, those glasses are thick. Hey,
Hi.
Thick
I-
with two C's.
are you? Okay. Are you coming? Who are
Yeah,
you?
eventually.
Are
My
you
name
on our
is-
team? Yeah, sorry.
My name is Ether.
Okay. Yeah, well, I don't want to go either, but I have to go. I don't know if you have to go, but I have to go. So.
No,
Bye-
go,
bye.
go, go.
Okay,
You do you, boo.
Okay, bye, and I leave.
I close my door and get changed as fast as possible. And then as Whisper is walking, probably very nonchalantly, I'm coming intentionally from a slightly different direction and at a very fast pace because I want to try and catch up to Phoenix and Nuance Moon if possible, because I know they're just going to be judging me as the leader for being late. So I'm trying to be really fast and I probably blow right past Whisper.
In all likelihood, if Whisper is being nonchalant, as we all believe him to be, then you just kind of rush past him.
Yeah, just see a
You can take
blur.
a moment to stop and then just grab him by the collar.
Oh yeah, good call. I wouldn't have thought of that, but that's brilliant. You're the reason I'm late. Let's go.
You stop to talk to me?
I stop and I blow past you and then I stop. I turn to face you and I say, "We're going to be late. What are you doing?"
Taking my time? Where have you been? I keep walking.
I coax him to walk faster if I can, kind of like walking backwards, jogging. I
These
told you
muscles
I had
gotta
to.
warm up. Like, these muscles aren't awake yet. I gotta.
I had to figure out where my dorm is because it wasn't this dorm. I'm going to be a leader. I'm staying at leader dorms. Apparently, there's dorms just for leaders. So that's where I've been. Let's go faster. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on.
All right, sure, whatever. I maybe go to jog, even though I don't want to. All right, guess we're moving. And we go. I don't know if you're gonna say anything to me, but I don't think I'd start a conversation.
No, I'm not really starting a conversation. I'm running backwards until you're relatively at my pace, and then we arrive together. And I feel like I have now a reasonable excuse for being late.
All right. So Phoenix and Nuance do arrive a little sooner, by about a minute or two. So of course they've walked
out
into
of
the
her
gymnasium, and you see someone that's about 8 feet tall, and what looks like to be made of black musculature, just tearing through the gymnasium, as if he's looking for something.
Okay. I am going to so the others aren't here yet, the other two?
No.
Okay. Do like so it's a gymnasium, so he's looking for something. I assume it's an empty space, so he's just like walking, like making a circuit kind of thing, or is he like lifting up something?
Oh, he's lifting out the bleachers.
Yeah, okay.
He's going through the rooms. He's torn up some floorboards.
Oh, great. Is he making any noise?
No, this is the quietest destruction you've. Yes, he's making noise.
Okay.
Sorry, sarcasm had to come out somewhere.
You never know. Okay, so I'm going to just observe all of this happen and kind of just glance at my PDA to see if it says anything else. Does it say anything else? Any more further direction?
It just says, "Stop him."
Okay. And then so she kind of like goes like this. And I don't know if that shakes Nuance off a little bit. But she like, and she can feel her heat start to like build. And then she just takes a big breath in and she's like, let's get to work.
Got it. My eyes
Alright.
start glowing black. Like, got it.
Okay, so I guess I will engage, or do I?
You can do it. You just need to roll a danger roll.
Okay, I'm going to do a leap and try to see if I can land, like time him to where he's coming, like so I can jump on him and pound him into the ground.
All right.
May I assist
yeah.
by making a shadow platform as like platforms for her to jump on?
Yes, it will cost one of your 2 team dice, though.
That's fine by me.
All right.
So what do I roll?
For that, you don't need to roll anything. You are just assisting.
Okay.
How do we mark off team dice? Is that something?
Oh, I've done that. As
Okay,
you can
okay.
see on your page, there's the team dice pool. And there were 2 dice.
Oh.
Now there's only 1.
I see.
Sorry, I think I rolled a freak, but I was directly engaging, so that's danger. Right?
Just re-roll. Yeah, so danger. All right. You jump off the shadow platform, kind of a nice springy, almost like a diving platform. Jump off of it, do a few flips in the air, come down, bringing your feet to your butt, and then just trying to drive into him with your knees. And you hit him, but it doesn't seem to do much. All it's done is get his attention.
Okay. I will kind of like, I think I would spring off of him and kind of like get my bearings, and kind of like my eyes are now focused. And I'm
Yes.
like, all right.
However,
Okay, and they
for
glow a little bit.
now, because you did directly engage a threat, and you rolled a 7 and 9, you get to pick one of the 4 options from your basic moves
Right.
on what you do.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to, it gets his attention, so I'm going to try and impress or surprise or frighten him by kind of like the eyes glowing red and the heat starting, he could probably feel it. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, he feels the heat, and it's making I need to check very quickly. It has caused him to be afraid.
Good.
So now, unfortunately, as a quick, almost panic gesture, just swipes across a large hand, and you can see bone spurs kind of sticking out of it. It just slams you into the bleachers, or attempts to slam you into the bleachers. Please take a powerful blow.
If I may, can
Yes.
I, while this is happening, while I see it's happening, can I use this as a distraction to like change the shadowy um, dive board into like a spear and just like toss it into his hand?
Yes, that will be a freak for Unleash Your Powers.
Right.
Roll me a freak because it's Unleash Your Powers, but it's technically a defend.
So just freak?
Or a parry, just freak.
Okay. It's a miss.
So it hits his hand, but unfortunately it only makes the hand move faster.
Oh. Probably.
Okay.
So-
where is the powerful blow again? Can you just remind me?
Take the powerful blow is at the top of the sheet on the right hand side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the condition. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And so, of course, nuance, please mark a potential.
Oh.
All right. So you do indeed get slammed into the bleachers. And you can either lash out verbally to provoke a teammate to foolhardy action. You give ground and give your opposition an opportunity, or struggle past the pain. Mark 2 conditions on yourself.
I am going to bear the pain. I'll take 2 conditions.
All right.
So I'm slammed into the bleachers, and I'm kind of just like, I kind of like sink down to my knees, and I just grit my teeth, and I'm starting to breathe heavily. The heat will probably increase. You'll probably see glowing
The bleachers are
red
beginning to light on
aura.
fire.
Yeah. And I'm just like gritting teeth and breathing heavily, just
All right.
trying to get past the pain.
Luckily, the Void and Whisper arrive just in time to see you be slammed into the bleachers.
I would audibly not be able to actually stop myself from screaming Phoenix and run directly to the threat. And I think I'm probably going to try the provoke someone with something to the effect of get away from her. And I think, is there more to that, or do I just roll that first and then tell you more about what I want to do after?
Let me check in 2 seconds. No, you just need to that would be enough, and just roll for it.
Okay.
And then I will give.
Superior.
And then I will give you an option for what happens.
Is there any sort of bonus or penalty?
No, not for this.
Nice.
All right, so they do exactly what you say, and they get away from her. Unfortunately, they've turned their attention to you.
That's okay. I'm gonna call back to the backwards jogging, and pull him back towards Whisper, Nuance, and myself, so that the three of us can team up against him.
All right.
As soon as I arrive there and the Void takes off towards Phoenix, I'm just gonna roll Superior. Because what I want to do here is assess the situation. So I believe that means I can ask 2 questions.
You can ask 1 question.
1 question? Okay, then I'm going to use Criminal Minds, which is...
It allows you to ask 2 questions now. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so Criminal Minds allows me to ask 2 questions. The first one I'm going to ask is... whoops, where is it here? What here is most useful or valuable to me?
What here is most useful or valuable to you?
Yeah.
Useful, again, it depends on... Are you wanting something to help you take down the monster, or are you wanting something for yourself?
For myself.
All right. Unfortunately, there's nothing... The most valuable thing here is your teammates.
Dang.
And they are in danger.
Okay. Well, I think also then I also want to look good for my parole officer. So, okay. All right. And then if I'm allowed a second question, does that come from Criminal Minds or from the general questions?
This comes from the criminal mind. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, from the criminal minds.
Okay, so I can't use one of the general questions?
I think you can.
Okay, if I can use one of the general questions, I'm going to ask, how can we end this situation quickly?
The best way to end this situation quickly is to get him away from the gymnasium out into the open where more people are likely to be able to converge.
Okay. I'm going to then yell to my teammates, or to Void. I'm going to actually talk to the Void because you're our team leader, and say, I'm pretty sure the best way to do this is to get this giant dude outside where, I am pretty sure most of the 2nd year and 3rd year class are hanging out, and they can help us out.
Great. I'm going to keep backpedaling. Hopefully he's chasing me.
He's lumbering after you. And he doesn't need to chase you as much. He's big. He can pretty much just lumber after you, keeping the same speed.
Great. Then I'll face forward and run faster.
All right.
I'm leading right to the courtyard, I guess?
Yes, although for this, I would like you to roll another superior for provoking.
Okay.
Because you're trying to get him to follow you. And whatever he's been looking for was in this... He thinks whatever he was looking for was in this gymnasium.
Ooh. Okay.
So mark potential. And unfortunately, once you get to the door, he stops, turns around, kind of looks back around and looks at you, and makes the quick decision, you're not quite worth it. So
on that note too, did I... Oh no, that's for PCs. I was going to say, because I got a plus or a 10 plus before,
yes,
if we could add a team to the pool, but because it's an NPC, that doesn't count, right?
It does not.
Okay, sorry.
And I try to assess what he might be looking for, either by observation or use of magic.
For this, I think you'd have to assess the situation.
Okay.
So roll a superior.
Okay. 1 second.
Phoenix in the chat, they were wondering which conditions you took. I assumed anger and insecurity, but I wanted to ask.
No, it's guilty and insecurity. Sorry.
Oh. No, that's okay.
Okay.
All right. And remember, if you ever want to remove a condition, they say on the condition how to remove it. It's lovely. So Nuance, because you've asked the question already, magically, in an almost omniscient way, you recognize who this villain is. He is the vilest, and he is and as you know, he's always looking for a cure for his condition, because he's not supposed to look like this. He hates this. He wants to cure himself and become a regular person again.
That's harsh, buddy. And I don't know if I can I'll try to communicate this to the void and tell him this, or to everyone. I don't know if I can kind of mass communicate this silently.
Silently. For that, I would like you to roll Freak to unleash your powers, because this is technically in the realm of sorcery.
Can we have a group chat?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
As you get better at this, you won't have to. Yeah, it's a little unstable and temporary, so it works, but some of the words might be a little garbled, and it will only last for about 10 seconds.
Sorry,
I
what
would use that
exactly do we
in-
hear?
So I'll say it's like he's the vilest. He doesn't want to be human. He wants to be human. He's looking for a cure.
I would not keep this information secret, using it to our own advantage and start yelling insults at how ugly the guy is. And then I would also ask Phoenix, hey, you should turn and do that fireball thing. And if you go out his head, I can help you out. Like, the more destructive, the better. Like, maybe give him some extra scars up in there. Hey, ugly guy, come this way. And if Phoenix, you go and decide you want to do that, you get +2 to your roll because of one of my abilities.
Okay. I don't know if I want to do that right now or not,
Perfectly
because
fine.
I heard what Nuance Moon said, that he just needs a cure. And I kind of stand up from the bleachers and I say, your cure's not here. Go find it somewhere else.
Yeah, ugly dude. It's not here.
The head immediately whips around and kind of walks over to you, just, and how would you know?
To me or to Phoenix?
To Phoenix.
I don't budge a second or an inch from that. I just stare him down again and I say, because I know, get the fuck out of here.
Roll superior.
Okay.
You are provoking him to leave.
Damn it.
Mark potential, but it
Okay.
doesn't work.
While she's doing this, can I use my wisps, which come from like the energy surrounding death? I want to go around his head and make him feel just like really, really awful and like bad for the reason he's there. Just like really, he doesn't want to be anywhere with any people. He's not even sure he wants to be alive. Like, he feels really just this feeling of dread and death from the wisps I'm gonna wrap around his head.
All right, that is an unleash powers. So roll a freak. All right, it's a little unstable, and
Okay.
it works, but it doesn't work as well as you want it to. However, he is becoming hopeless.
You should just leave. Why are you even here? You're not good enough to be here. You're not good enough for anything. Just get out of here and just continue to taunt.
At this, roll superior for provoke.
Okay.
It is working, but it's not working quite the way you want it to. However, you've confused him and you've got him off balance enough that now your team gains a critical opportunity.
Cool.
Okay.
Meaning that one good hit might be enough to take this guy down.
I'm gonna go all out and use Reality Storm.
All right. And roll your, you have to roll for burns.
Okay. What is the description of Reality Storm, out of curiosity? Or
Reality storm. Reality Storm is you. Give me a moment. I have everything put up, so it's just a lot of scrolling. For the Reality Storm, it is you channel your destructive burst, your powers, and spend 1 burn to directly engage a threat using your powers, rolling with freak instead of danger. If you do, you will cause unwanted collateral damage unless you spend another burn.
Okay. So, I will put 2 conditions on there, I'm assuming.
No, there is, when you look at your sheet, right where it says conditions marked,
Mm-hmm.
right next to that, there's a dice button.
Right.
So roll for that.
For Reality Storm?
Yes, for the amount of burns you get.
Okay. I think that was it. Or did I not add something? Oopsies.
It's the, you see where it says burns and flares?
Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to put 2 in there, right?
Just roll conditions marks.
Okay, sorry. That's my bad.
You get 3 burns and you mark no conditions.
Oh, awesome.
And so now you can use those to activate Reality Storm.
Okay. Then I will click on Reality Storm. So
Yes. And does this cause unwanted collateral damage?
No, I don't want to hurt anybody.
All right, so you spend 2 burns for this.
Okay,
You
so
could burn down the whole gym if you want to. Why don't you make it go bigger? Could be
Well,
fun, right?
So
I just
for-
kind of give you a very, very like sickly, just devastating, scary kind of look. Like, don't talk to me right now.
I don't care what you think, which means I get +2 on my next roll.
Unfortunately, it doesn't matter because it works. And you take down the terrifying monstrosity known as the Vilest.
Can I suggest, as we want to take credit for this as first years, that Whisper, you use your wisps, and Nuance Moon, you use your wisps. I don't know what you were,
Shadow.
balloon, and that shadows, and the 2 of you drag the monstrosity out into the courtyard. And we
Well,
can just
that
like the
sounds
4 of us
cool.
walk out together.
Sweet, with like smoke and fire behind us and whatever kind
Yeah.
of destruction. I like it.
And
I'm in.
I also like in its mind, I just send to like, you know what? Maybe one day they'll find a cure for you, you poor creature.
And he looks at you when you say that. And his eyes are just filled with sadness and regret and a slight hope that maybe you're right.
It's hard, I know, not knowing what you are. I think you and I have that in common.
And from his mouthless face, it feels a bit like he's smiling. And it's really just in the eyes, you can see it. But with that, you pull him out into the courtyard where more students and some teachers and faculty are arriving on the scene. And by the time that you are all out there, they are now clapping and going, yeah, go guys, whatever your team name is called, yeah.
I'll definitely fix my posture and look as cool as I can, still with these tendrils holding onto this dude, because whoever's reporting to my parole officer, I just want to, as a moment to kind of show off and get some points.
Yeah.
I just roll my eyes with you. Like,
Oh yeah,
And
I
so-
look back at the rest of my teammates. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess we have to come up with a team name for the next time we do something sick like this.
choose.
And as you are thinking this, a large Amazonian woman walks over and looks you kids in the eyes and goes, "You did good, kids. Good job. Now, thank you for
Was this a
handling this for
test?
us. No. No, you were
Well,
the closest.
Can we figure out a cure for this?
Yeah, I was just
Person?
going to ask.
We're looking, but unfortunately, he did hurt a lot of people. So we're going to need to put him away for a little bit. But if we get lucky and the cards line up properly, we might find a cure for him.
And I just put like kind of like a hand on the on him, like just like for relief. And I leave a little message saying like, "Hey, if you need a writing buddy, you can write me."
Anyways,
No, I'm
Uh,
rolling my eyes.
she looks at all of you. I am Title Hawk. I will be your physical education teacher. And I want to say, good first day. We'll see you all tomorrow.
I'm super skeptical of all this, like as if we were the first ones there and this isn't a test. Like I don't believe a word she's saying. I don't trust her.
All right, guys.
Well, she picks up with real relative ease this monster that you just fought and carries him away. Just like one shoulder, just walking away.
That probably doesn't help his skepticism.
I'm just like kind of a look of like I'm just really attracted to this person right now. Like, wow.
He's a
I
very
don't
attractive
trust
40-year-old.
anyone. I don't trust anyone normally, but the fact that this school has hundreds of students, we're the only 4 that showed up. I'm assuming we're the only ones who got the ping to our little tablet thing.
Oh no, there are lots of students here.
Mhm.
You just were the first 4 that showed up.
I'm
Like,
skeptical.
I kind of give you a little poke, like, "Oh, come off it," like with my shoulder, with my elbow. It's like, look, we won. Let's celebrate. Like, I know a great bar, by the way. Okay, that we can go drinking to.
I'm looking over Phoenix for injuries. Are you okay?
I'm holding my own, but there's probably going to be some bruising. I'm just trying not to make eye contact with anyone. And yeah, I will be incredibly quiet for the whole thing. Like, I will take it all in, but just, you can kind of tell I'm in my head. I'm really in my head.
Okay. Since you ignored the question the first time, I'm gonna get closer to you and actually like take a look at all of your limbs and ask you again. Are you okay?
She looks over to you and kind of just looks you over a bit more intently. Just studies you a little bit. And then she goes, I'm fine. It's nothing a good sleep won't fix.
I'll give you a little smile. That's like a hint, but not enough. And
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna take off away from the team. I know Nuance Moon said she knows a place with drinks, but I don't have any money, so I'm looking for the dining
It's
hall.
on me.
Then I turn back around. I'm like, this place. I ask her, this place have whiskey and steak?
They got everything. Let me tell you.
All right.
I run
Oh,
over.
they got everything. And we'll find out next time on Heroes 101.
Sounds good.
So, as we end this session, we do ask each of you to, at the end of the session, do you grow closer to the team? Do you grow into your own image of yourself, or do you grow away from the team? And we can answer this after we do everything, but I am just bringing it up so the lovely audience will know about it. And we bring a lovely close to this session and our first time meeting these wonderful superheroes. I can't wait to see them grow with us.
Thank you, Scarred. Great work.
Yeah, really. Good
Thank
job.
you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I had a lot of fun.
That was exceptional. Thank you all. That was an amazing first session. And I think a great way to start next week would be to answer those questions. Do you feel like you got closer, further away, or the other option? But I want to thank all 5 of you, because that, I've seen a lot of first sessions, and that was special. That you took minutes, not hours, to fall into your characters. They're all interesting. They're all different. They all don't like each other. The sense of teenness in this room, the teen spirit in this room is devastatingly emo goth themed, but, but the angst levels were right up to the bottom of the eyelids, and I love every single second of it. Uh, Thank you so much to Tails, to Saber, to Lessamax, and to Farah. Thank you all so much for coming and playing in this game. And Scarred Adventurer, you have outdone yourself. That was exceptional. Thank you so much. I am very much looking forward to next week, 1 week from tonight, where we will see what happens next when this team that doesn't like each other, doesn't want to be part of it, doesn't even want to be here in some cases, is forced, no doubt, to continue to do good in spite of themselves. I put it a couple times in chat. Consequences and unclear motives. I knew that's what this show was going to be about, and I have not been disappointed. Thank all 5 of you again. And then the other thank yous to everybody in chat. You guys were amazing tonight. Thank you for having the conversation with me. It was so much fun to sit here and watch and not have to be part of it and not have to do anything. It was marvelous. I apologize for all the technical stuff. 100% of that is on me. You would think, with having nothing else to do, I'd get it right. But, I won't. So that's all right.
Well,
And thank you to all the
Kevin.
people in the future watching on YouTube.
Thanks for having us, Dirty 20 Gaming.
Yeah, thank
It was a
you.
pleasure.
you.
This is, I am very, very glad that we got this level of quality to fill in the space between the seasons. I knew it was going to work, and I'm very, very excited. I'm sitting here grinning. You can't tell, but I'm sitting here grinning. And with that, I'm going to ask everybody that's here tonight to join me tonight for the end, same as it always is. Please, until next time, be nice to each other. Good night.
Bye, everybody.